Welcome back. As we promised our dear viewers, we are going to cover climate change not only as a crisis, but also to tackle some of the solutions. Because whenever we have a problem, a crisis, it's not only to have it and that's it, but to have scientific solutions, to have research, and to know how to deal with it. And here we are talking about something global, not directed to certain people or certain area. So what to do? Of course, we do have a lot of solutions, but today we are going to speak about a very special solution, which is sustainable architecture or environmental architecture. What's environmental architecture? This is something we are going to discover with our dear guest live here in the studio, Dr. Heba Mahrous, Professor of Environmental Architecture at Cairo University. Thank you very much for being with us, Dr. Heba, and would you please forgive my ignorance first?
No problem.
And let's first introduce to our viewers in a very simple way a definition for environmental architecture or sustainable architecture.
Well, environmental architecture, from its definition, it's respecting environments, natural environments, social environments, economic environments. That means you can't design any building or philosophy for design to live in, to make built environment, which we are working on all the time, if you didn't respect what you are around. If I design any building with any design, with any material, without respecting your orientation, without respecting what you need, you have a climate need, where you are living, not your climate, not your like your needs. So we found many problems according to that. Nowadays we find that anyone walking the street, he feel temperature difference according to his home. Because of what? Because of his building is not designed as it must be. There is some main aspects to design. First of that, my building, what is its activity? If I design for a school or houses,
or hospital,
any activity needs
administrative building,
yes,
or whatever.
Yes, any activity needs some practical tools to design to deal with it. If I didn't remove all this, I remove all aspects. I designed just for achieving buildings. Your building, when you do its operations for lighting, for ventilation, for heat transfer inside it, you get negative impacts on environment. Air conditions, devices in lighting or trying to feel comfort. You need to feel comfort inside your buildings, but actually we do it by artificial ways. So simply we find it so negative in natural environment.
Why environmental architecture is also called sustainable architecture? The word sustainability here indicates what?
Sustain your life, your natural environment, your natural resources, and your health, your social life. We're trying to achieve quality of life. Sustain will not be happened when you didn't think about future. You just consumption nowadays, consumption your days you are living in, but you didn't look for future. What I need for future. Now we can find that in climate change. Climate change actually is done because of our negative impacts, human activities, industry and building operations, construction, not respecting what we are around. So we find that now. I not feel comfort inside my building until I use air condition, until I use artificial lighting.
But this was not the case with Hassan Fathy buildings in Nubia, for example. And this is only one of the examples, because I'm always saying about Hassan Fathy as one of the grandchildren of our great old Egyptian civilization, our ancestors. Is that true? I mean, are we learning from his designs or even from the designs of our pharaohs or our old Egyptian civilization?
Actually, Hassan Fathy is one of the main important architects in Egypt. His designs, according to one definition for architecture, he is different because he look for what people need, what their economic needs. He is like their surrounding. You find their design from natural material, local material, trying to use architecture process in the elements such as volunteer, such as malaf, courts, all these designs, it's similar to where they are living. But there are many others, like it's not houses, it's tombs.
Then how environmental architecture can help in solving this crisis, in putting an end to the climate change negative impacts?
If we go ahead to increase and decrease, increase effective consumption to energy, to water, to material we used, decrease our negative operations. We always hearing these days a word which is carbon footprint. Carbon footprint, I'm very sorry to say that, but it's the truth. Arab citizen, Egyptian citizen is carbon footprint so high, according to what? To their lifestyle.
What's carbon footprint?
Carbon footprint, it's emissions of carbon and methane.
CO?
CO2, yes.
CO2 or CO?
CO and CO2.
Okay.
And the other, yes,
this is
and the
very
other,
dangerous.
and the other gases. This come from what? Come from our operations. Gases which is around us in air quality will be never be air quality anymore. That make our surrounding is not in the good way, suitable ways we can live.
And increase the temperature of Earth.
Yes.
Yeah. But here we are talking about environmental architecture. Is it about the, I mean, let's prioritize. First, it's the material used, or the design, or the soil, or the atmosphere, or the purpose behind building this building. What, which element comes first?
The beginning is analysis your surrounding.
Okay,
Analysis
then
your climate.
analyzing the surroundings.
Yes.
Then
Analysis your climate, the climate needs which you are need if you are in hot climate or cold climate. That make me have to know if I need to design in your building, or my building will be for heat gain or heat loss. That is one important problem in hot climates, as here in Egypt. Then I need trying to say the material which is suitable to my climate, the needs of culture which I live in. If we look again to Nubian houses, similar to people there, it's color, it's a design, just as they can live inside and they feel comfort. That we are trying to get human comfort, human activities in good ways, that respecting your culture, respecting your surrounding. If we try to do that, your buildings will not have negative impacts on environments and not negative impacts on your health. Again, if you don't depend on devices, artificial devices, you can decrease the consumption of energy and any disease affected by them.
Egypt held a number of mega projects and of smart cities scattered all over Egypt. How do you see our ability to use environmental architecture to make sure that our smart cities are going to be part and parcel of our strategy to face the challenges of climate change?
Actually, here in Egypt, there are many steps toward this approach. If we began from about some last years, we get here in Egypt GPRS rating systems designed to create your design, construction, material used, how your building envelope will be, how your consumption will be. If we trying to go ahead using this rating system, your building will be environmental. Actually, Egyptian museum was certificated by it. That if we're trying to be at other countries in rating system used, trying to achieve building, environmental buildings, trying to be green. On other side, there is the cities we can call the fourth generation. العالمين العاصمة الإدارية الجديدة.
Capital.
Yes.
New Alamein city, new Mansour city, new Minya city.
Yes, all new countries. Why it's new? Because it's new approaches, new visions, trying to make less comfort, less carbon dioxide, trying to achieve green infrastructure inside these buildings. And inside these cities, your buildings is different in its consumption as its consumption of building. I'm trying to say that a lot because it have 75% impact. Impact inside because of our operation, because of our design, because of our consumption.
But Dr. Heba, okay, this is great that our new cities are going to be established according to the new scientific rules or to environmental architecture. But what about already the current ones, I mean our buildings, is there a way to fix what's already there, to amend the buildings we have, at least to try to decrease the amount of negativity we may find, or we may say that this is unfortunately has a share in our climate change issues?
You need to involve citizens in this problem. They're trying to know you are one or others have a role in environment protection. I think it's the main points of that is awareness. Trying to aware them, whatever it's culture, it's education, you have a role in protecting our environment. We have in Egypt a good ways to do that. If you remember in COP27, we're trying to change buying and selling depending on plastics. And there are a lot trying to do that. They know I have a role now. Just I give you the key, as you say, to go ahead.
But
please
share let me give you another example. You know, there were many initiatives to cultivate the roofs of the buildings, and to make sure that this is going to be part and parcel of our life. And with cultivating the roofs, we are going to be happy watching our cultivation and watching what we cultivate growing in front of us. And this is going to be, let's say, a share from all citizens in protecting our environment, or at least to have our very, very small share. Is this something which can be added to our role as citizens?
For sure, that's what I'm saying. It's awareness. You know, if you're trying to depend on planting, roof planting, you're trying to decrease the amount of heat. Actually, you have amount of heating transfer from your building building envelope. Selling is one of them. If you're trying to plant it, but there is some kinds of plants you can use. First, for your economic benefits, and the other side for trying to be environmental, trying to achieve good visuality for others to can live in. Another thing, not only trying to plant our roofs, balcony, we can do that for balcony. Trying to know the importance of your consumption, energy inside your home. Electricity, you have in the end of any month, you have bills for electricity.
Sure.
Actually, you can decrease it before it comes to you. Decreasing by your consumption tools, equipments inside your home, trying to change your design of interior decor. Just if I'm trying to change it, I actually achieve what? Achieve natural ventilation, achieving natural lighting. All these points affected on the amount you used in electricity to improve it.
Dr. Heba, so many people in all seaside cities, for us, Alexandria, and especially Alexandria, and the Delta cities, there are so many people who have fears that, oh, with the climate change, all these cities are going to be swallowed. Yes. All these cities are going to suffer, or they are going to disappear from the map. Is that true?
Unfortunately, yes. But I always give trying to give an Islamic light example. If you saw the movie of Haramaya of Thailand, Karim Abdul Aziz, Hanan Turk, the island where they acting this film disappeared in Indonesia. That's because of climate change again. The amount of sea becomes so different according to wind directions, which were very high. The area of sea is not enough for them. It's only God designed the spaces of oceans and seas for amount. But according to increasing the temperature, the amount of sea is so high, not as expected. But actually we are designed in overworlds and projects trying to decrease its impact, trying to have a time to solve the problem, and trying to have a main point to the people living there. It will become in the end of that.
Dr. Heba, one final question, because I know you do have a very busy schedule. regarding the full cooperation and coordination among different research centers and universities to have, to focus on what we can do to fight climate change challenges and to make sure that we are going to leave for the coming generations a planet without this crisis, or at least to decrease the negative impacts of it. How do you see this?
I think it's not depending on just the special one. It depends on our education from schools, not only from university. Architecture now trying to move on sustainable architecture. Many faculties in Egypt trying to go ahead, trying to teach students, architecture students, how to design for environments. If we back again to schools, their subjects trying to know them what is sustainable development, how you can be a part of this operation, trying to know the main definitions.
To engage our youth,
yes, reuse and recycle.
In this?
Yes.
This is to qualify them
to
as cadres to lead the future,
yes,
and inshallah a better and brighter tomorrow for all of them. Well, Dr. Heba Mahrous, Professor of Environmental Architecture, thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you again.
Right after the short break, we are going to return back with more, so stay tuned.